The story begins in the Zunchen continent, heavenly spiritual domain, Dongsing Kingdom. It's the heavenly demonic sect Empress wedding day, and the ceremony is about to begin. Host welcome all the guests, asking them to take their seats. They welcome Sir Zhang and Master Liu, saying it's good to see them. Sometimes later they asking everyone to come in. In the wedding room, Dongsing Kingdom's third prince, Lin Xiaoyao, attends the emperor's wedding. He is an Earth King realm cultivator. People are delighted to see the third prince, saying, "That's Lin Xiaoyao, the third prince of the kingdom. He's so talented." They hear he is already a master of the Earth King realm at such a young age. However, another man remarks, compared to the Empress Immortal Emperor realm, it's still far behind. In the Xuanchen continent, there are 9 warrior realms: Warrior Realm, Black Warrior Realm, Spiritual Realm, Earth King Realm, Sky King Realm, Celestial Realm, Immortal Emperor Realm, Demigod Realm, and God Realm. But people are saying that it's still better than Ning Tian, the loser who has been working here for 3 years and is still a 1-star warrior. They can't figure out why the Empress, who has both beauty and power, could choose him as her husband. Another man says to him, "Keep your voice down. If you dare criticize the Empress husband, you will get killed." In the same moment, in the heavenly demonic sect Empress residence, our main character, Ning Tian, is saying that he never thought he, Ning Tian, would turn into a time traveler one day and travel to a cultivation world. But he is still a 1-star warrior after working as a handyman for the sect for 3 years, and he thinks that he is a complete waste. A loser like him is actually going to marry the Empress of the sect today. Isn't that messed up? Suddenly, someone knocks on the door. The one who is knocking is the Empress of the sect, Luo Wuking. She asks Ning Tian if he is awake and gets straight to the point, telling him that this wedding is just for show. After hearing her words, Ning Tian is really surprised. But she doesn't stop there. She also adds that if Ning Tian dares to have any dirty thoughts about her, he shouldn't blame her for being cruel. Ning Tian wonders if she is joking with him. He is so miserable, and even his marriage is a lie. Suddenly, a window pops up, saying, "Congratulations to the host for the activation of the shocking system." Ning Tian thinks that with the system, he can get rid of his horrible status and change his destiny. So, he asks the system to explain how to use it. However, the system doesn't reply. He asks many times, "System, how do I use this?" But still, there's no response. In the meantime, Emperor Luo Wuking asks Ning Tian if he heard him or not. With a frustrated face, Ning Tian says to Luo Wuking in a loud voice, "Shut up. He is busy right now." Luo Wuking doesn't like it and releases her energy, asking Ning Tian what he said. Ning Tian thinks he's finished and realizes he forgot she was there. He tries to explain, but before he says anything, suddenly the system window pops up, saying, "Congratulations to the host for completing your first shock. Your reward is an aura suppression skill, which can suppress the opponent's aura for 3 hours. After seeing this, Ning Tian thinks, so this is how it works. Is this the reward for scolding her? He decides to stay calm, considering the huge status gap. Yet, she wants to have a fake marriage with him. There must be something she wants from him. Ning Tian thinks that this woman would not kill him that easily before getting what she wants. He can definitely take advantage of this time to get more rewards. He comes close to Empress Luo Wuking and says, "I'm your husband. Do you have any objections to me talking to you like this?" The system congratulates the host for completing an ordinary shock, so he gets a Kai blood pill as a reward. With the Kai blood pill, he can adjust his meridians and restore his physique. Ning Tian is really happy, saying it's exactly as he thought. He has to strike while the iron is hot. He also tells the Empress that since they're husband and wife, shouldn't they do what couples do? After hearing Ning Tian's words, Empress Luo Wuking is not happy. She releases her power and asks Ning Tian what did he just say. Suddenly, a system notification pops up, congratulating him for completing an intermediate shock. His Kai blood pill was automatically taken, his meridians repaired, and he underwent the awakening of God rank 10-fold cultivation. After learning God rank 10-fold cultivation, he can absorb 10 times the spiritual energy per second. His martial arts understanding increased by 10-fold, and his cultivation skill also progressed 10-fold. He thinks that he doesn't have to be trash anymore. While he's thinking this, Empress Luo Wuking starts attacking him, asking if he has a death wish. After her attack, Ning Tian falls to the ground, thinking it seems like it's too much. Empress Luo Wuking sits on Ning Tian's chest and asks how he wishes to die. Ning Tian thinks if he doesn't do anything, she will really kill him. So, he asks the system to activate his aura suppression skill. After this, Empress Luo Wuking starts losing her power, asking why did his aura suddenly disappear. It doesn't work. Before she says something more, his body can't handle more, and she falls into a deep sleep. Ningtian feels relief, thinking if he didn't use his skill on time, he almost died. Fortunately, the rewards given by the system worked, but they only have 3 hours. Even if Ningtian runs, he won't be able to get far. When the time comes, he will die for sure, so he decides to fight. He gets the Empress on the bed, thinking at least he could find some pleasure while being in danger. He says to the Empress, "Let me give you another great shock," and shocks the Empress of the heavenly demonic sect. 3 hours later, he stands in front of the window, drinking tea, and says to the Empress, "What is done is done. It's too late to kill me now, it won't help you. I am still useful to you anyways." The Empress, who is lying on the bed after everything happens, is thinking she has to be patient. If she kills him now, she won't get the heavenly demonic manual, and there will be no way for the sect to rise again. She asks Ningtian to come to the palace in the evening, and the wedding ceremony will be held. After saying that, she leaves Ningtian's room. At the same time, Ningtian takes a sigh of relief, thinking he is still useful to her. He is really crazy to dare treat her like this. The system congratulates Ningtian for completing the shocking the whole world, and he gets 10 years of cultivation as a reward. After this, Ningtian starts breaking through to the 2-star warrior realm, 3-star warrior realm, and 4-star warrior realm. A cultivation level that would take decades to achieve is actually reached in a flash. His realm is increasing rapidly. After 1 hour, he breaks through to the 6-star black warrior realm, and the system activates his attribute panel. He can view his attributes in the panel, and his promotion is finally over. In the system panel, we can see his information. Host, Ningtian. Strength, 6-star black warrior. Physique, ghoulie physique. Skills, none. Cultivation methods, 10-fold. Cultivation. Martial arts comprehension, 10-fold comprehension. Aura absorption, 10-fold absorption. Suddenly, he noticed he has a godly physique, so he asks the system what a godly physique is and to explain it to him. However, the system doesn't respond. He says, forget it. If the system won't answer anyways, now he has the means to counterattack in this world. No matter how useless he has become, he is not going to be like that now. So what if his wife is an empress? One day he will show them all. I, Ningtian, am also capable and strong enough to stand on top of the world. After saying that, he leaves his room. In the evening at the heavenly demonic palace, people are gathering to attend the Empress's wedding. They say that she is the 8th generation leader of the heavenly demonic sect, Empress Luo Wuking. They are really surprised to see him and say, is this the pressure of a person in the immortal emperor realm? Their legs are shaking because of the Empress's power. She is worthy of being an Empress. She has both beauty and power. The prince also thinks that the Empress is indeed worthy of her reputation. But it is a pity she is to be married to that person. In the same moment, one of the men sitting close to the prince says to him that he heard the prince was secretly admiring the Empress for a long time. In his opinion, only he, the dignified third prince, is worthy of her. This man's name is Quang Shu, and he is also an Earth King realm cultivator and the Quang Shu sect master. He adds that if he were the prince, he would definitely not accept watching the Empress marry that loser, Ningtian. After hearing his words, Prince Lin Xiaoyao is really angry, but he can't do anything. He says, how can he easily interfere in her affairs? But he really wants to see what this loser who dares to marry her looks like. On the other side, the old man says loudly that the Empress has arrived, and now let's welcome the husband, Ningtian. After hearing Ningtian's name, people start talking. One of them says that he heard the chosen husband is a low-level disciple of the sect. Another one says his cultivation level seems to be only a 1-star warrior, and apart from his looks, he has nothing else. The old man asks Ningtian to come, but he is nowhere to be seen. People wonder why that loser isn't here yet and dares to be late for the ceremony. Some time later, Ningtian arrives at the ceremony, saying no one told him this place would be tens of thousands of meters away from where he lives, and he ran like crazy. Fortunately, his cultivation has improved a lot. If it were still the same, he wouldn't be able to reach the palace even if he ran for a day. He asks for forgiveness from everyone and says, this is my first time getting married, so I have no experience. Please forgive me. Hearing Ningtian's words, people get really surprised, thinking, what did he just say? Please forgive me for getting married for the first time. This guy is so rude. They heard Ningtian is a handyman of the sect, so he really doesn't have any manners. Prince Lin Xiaoyao gets really angry. He stands from his seat and says to Ningtian, so reckless. You have made the Empress wait for a long time in vain, and you dare give us that excuse. After hearing this, Ningtian asks Prince Lin Xiaoyao if he is sick, questioning why he is shouting during their wedding. Ningtian warns not to delay them any longer, or they won't be able to go on with their wedding festivities again. System notifications pop up one by one, saying, "You have shocked the third prince, you have shocked the holy maid of Tianchai, you have shocked the holy lord of light." The system congratulates Ningtian for completing the shocking of everyone present, and he has obtained the Earth-level martial arts skill, Heavenly Demonic Palm. Comprehension of martial arts is being increased by tenfold. Heavenly Demonic Palm comprehension is complete, and the skill has been acquired. Ningtian is really happy because, for him, this wedding venue is a huge treasure trove. Even the Heavenly Demonic Palm was learned instantly. Prince Lin Xiaoyao is really angry, thinking why Empress Luo Wuking chose Ningtian. Is he more handsome than me? In terms of power, I can definitely crush him. I am the third prince of Dongxing. Can't I compare to an ant like a handyman? So he stands from his seat and asks Ningtian to stop. He wants to uphold the dignity of the Empress and challenges Ningtian to a duel. Does he dare to accept? People are saying that, in terms of power, the third prince is the most outstanding of the younger generation. He might be unwilling. Also, who would think the Empress would choose someone so different from her? An Earth King cultivator will crush a one-star warrior. Prince Lin Xiaoyao says that he won't bully Ningtian. He can use only half of his power, and if Ningtian is a man, he should accept the challenge. He is thinking that even with half of his power, he will defeat this trash easily. As long as Ningtian agrees, he can use this to show off in front of the Empress. One of the old men says that this is the third prince. Even if he uses half of his power, he is still far superior to the average person. There will be a good show. Ningtian is really happy. He says with a big smile that he will accept his challenge. With this, he can use this guy to shock the strong people here. Prince Lin says to Ningtian, "You don't seem to want to live. Even if you use half of your power, it's still enough to crush you." He asks Ningtian to let him see how virtuous he is to be worthy of Empress Luo. One of the men standing behind Prince Lin says, "What the prince is saying makes sense. The Empress should be with someone powerful like the prince." Ningtian is really happy, thinking since Prince Lin is looking for a fight, he can't blame him for this. So Ningtian says to Prince Lin that he is a guest from far away, so he can attack first. Prince Lin replies, if he made the first move, he would be laughed at by everyone. I'd better let Ningtian go first. Ningtian, who is really happy because that's what he was waiting for, politely says that he will not hold back and starts preparing his powerful move. Prince Lin comments on Ningtian's move, saying the stance of his move is really bad and asks if this is his aura. He remarks that Ningtian's move is so laughable. The Heavenly Demonic Sect Great Elder comments on Ningtian, saying it's a pity the majesty of the sect that has been established over the years will be thrown away by that trash. The second elder also says that this little handyman is so unstable, he fell into the trap of provocation in a few words. He wonders why the Empress isn't taking action, making him anxious. Ningtian completes preparing his move, saying to Prince Lin that his palm skill is really not that great, but it's enough to crush Prince Lin, and he starts attacking. On the other side, Prince Lin is smiling, saying to Ningtian that his skills are a bluff, not even a fart. With Ningtian's level, the skill he can produce is not even good. But before Prince Lin can complete his words, Ningtian attacks him with his Heavenly Demonic Palm skill. Prince Lin, thinking he is superior to Ningtian, gets really surprised after witnessing Ningtian's attack. The Heavenly Demon Elders also get shocked after seeing Ningtian using the Heavenly Demonic Palm and wonder how he learned this skill. On the other side, Prince Lin thinks Ningtian is just a warrior realm cultivator, so how can he master an earth-level skill? He must remove the seal to save his life. After struggling for some time, he can't remove his seal, thinking, why is it not working? Why can't he remove his seal? Suddenly, he realizes it can be Empress Luo who is doing this. He turns his head to Empress Luo, thinking it's the Empress who is suppressing him. Empress Luo, sitting in her throne, uses some kind of spell to seal Prince Lin's cultivation. Prince Lin, overpowered by Ningtian, thinks why Empress Luo is helping Ningtian, considering him just trash, a handyman. Why can he defeat him? All the people present there get really surprised, thinking, what just happened? The prince, actually, lost to loser Ningtian. It looked like this piece of trash used the Heavenly Demonic Palm, a martial arts skill of the Heavenly Demonic Sect. But they are really confused about how he learned it. The elders also stand from their seats, saying, how can this be? This kid actually won. He didn't embarrass us. Empress Luo also thought that Ningtian actually is the key to the Heavenly Demonic Manual. She also thinks about what Ningtian did with him in the afternoon, daring to do this to him. But suddenly she realizes, could it have been him who caused his aura to disappear back then? On the other side, Ningtian, who is really happy after defeating Prince Lin, has shocked everyone present there. He is happy because this is the effect he wanted. The system congratulates Ningtian for shocking the whole audience and gives him the shocking achievement. He gets the charming physique as a reward, allowing him to charm everyone effortlessly. After getting this skill, everyone present there is attracted to Ningtian, saying suddenly he looks so handsome. Another one says his heart is beating fast, and a male cultivator is also affected by Ningtian's skill. One of the old men says to Ningtian if he is in need of a male cultivation partner. Ningtian, who is standing there, wonders what's happening and asks the system what he's doing. He mentions that it's his wedding, and Empress Luo is still watching from above. Ningtian turns his head to Empress Luo, thinking why she is not responding. Could it be that his charm doesn't affect her? Suddenly, Ningtian hears a voice from behind. It's Prince Lin. He asks Ningtian how he defeated him, as everyone said Ningtian was trash. After hearing Prince's words, Ningtian responds that he is indeed trash. This surprises everyone, and they question what he means. Did this guy go crazy? Ningtian explains that as a cultivator, you can't expect to achieve instant success. If that's not trash, then what is it? Ningtian shocks everyone again, making them ponder how difficult it is to reach the top in one step. How many people have been able to do this by now? Another person says, according to Ningtian, they, the holy sons and princes, are useless. Ningtian ignores them and continues, stating how vast the world is and how small people are. There must be people in this world so strong they can fly into the sky, escape from the earth, move mountains and seas, and turn over clouds and rain. They can do anything. He would rather be able to recognize his place, but they are arrogant with their small achievements. In his opinion, they are just self-proclaimed geniuses. With one word, Ningtian breaks their hearts, and as long as they can't reach the sky in one step, they're useless. It's a ruthless method, and the holy sons and princes, usually treated as geniuses, get furious. They think if Ningtian is really just a small handyman, why does he have the grace of a saint? After defeating Prince Lin, Ningtian is standing in the heavenly demonic palace. One of the elders asks Ningtian where he learned the palm skill because if Ningtian continues to talk, he is afraid the Tao hearts of the holy sons and princes will shatter. Ningtian, standing there, replies that he learned this from the Buddha scripture pavilion because he can't tell them about the system. One of the elders agrees with him, stating that the pavilion is indeed the sect's, but he is really curious and asks Ningtian how long it took him to master it. Ningtian, confused, decides to say a longer period because saying it only took 1 minute would be too much. So he replies to the elder that he only took 1 day to master this skill. Everyone present is shocked, saying how can he master this skill in just 1 day? Ningtian is surprised after seeing their reaction, thinking, is it such a surprise? He even made it sound more difficult than it really is. One of the elders comes to Ningtian, explaining to him that it is very hard to practice this skill. Ordinary people may not be able to practice it successfully even after a whole lifetime. Even the very talented Empress took 3 days. How can someone like Ningtian, who was a loser not long ago, actually master this really hard skill in just 1 day? The elder grabs Ningtian's shoulder and says that their sect finally has a disciple who is talented enough to rival the Empress. What an eye-opener. People attending the Empress's wedding are saying that just a second ago, he said he could not reach the sky in 1 step and didn't dare call himself a genius. But he has mastered a very hard skill in 1 day. He is simply a genius among geniuses. Suddenly, a system notification pops up, saying that Ningtian has shocked the elders of the heavenly demonic sect, and he is rewarded with 1,000 aura cultivation. After receiving the aura cultivation skill, a large amount of aura enters his body. The elders start crying after seeing that Ningtian is not a loser, but a genius among geniuses. These are just minor things, the major one can't be delayed. So he asks another elder to start Ningtian and Empress Luo's wedding ceremony. The time has come. He asks the newlyweds to worship heaven and earth. People are saying that the Empress is even prettier dressed in red. Another one says to Ningtian that if only they met earlier, she would be marrying him. They are such a good match. A handsome man and a pretty woman, a match made in heaven. After seeing how they are treating him now, Ningtian thinks that people called him trash just now, but now they are praising him. It seems like no matter which world he is in, respecting the strong is true everywhere. Empress Luo thinks that she hopes everything will be just like the demon statue said. If she marries him, she can get the manual. A few months ago, at the heavenly demonic sect back mountain forbidden region, in the evening, Empress Luo heads to the secret cave. After a moment, she reaches the end of the cave where there is a really big statue. She asks that statue if she marries this loser Ningtian, will it give her the manual as promised? Because in half a year, the 5 emperors, 3 lords, and 2 emperors will come to besiege their sect. Only by reaching the god realm can she be strong enough to fight them. If she wants to break through, she must first have the path to becoming a god. It is said this can be obtained by practicing the manual. She tells that thousands of years ago, according to the sect's canon law, for the sect leader to obtain the manual, they have to marry someone with the godly physique. She says that even if Ningtian is a loser who can't cultivate, she will still marry him because she won't let her sect collapse. In the present time, people are praising them, saying the Empress is so insightful. Another man also agrees with him, saying that's right, he has been a fool. The more they look at Ningtian, the husband becomes more and more distinguished. Elders also think, in a few years, our sect will give birth to another powerful Emperor Realm Cultivator. With his talent, he is definitely worthy of the Empress. At the same moment, Quang Shu Sect Master, who is really surprised after seeing what happened, says without further ado, he will report this to the Alliance leader. In the heavenly spiritual realm, right out Alliance, they are talking that the demon domain is going on a rampage these days, and the demons are led by that heavenly demonic sect. They think Empress Luo Wuking's beheading all this. One of the old men asks how the plans are going. He is Emperor Zheng Tian, the leader of the Righteous Alliance. Elder Zhu explains that everything is ready, they are just waiting for his order. The female demon won't know what kind of drug is in the gourd. She suddenly got married to a good-for-nothing handyman, so there is a lot of excitement in the sect today. Emperor Zheng says that he has also heard about this. Quang Shu also just contacted him. He asks other elders to listen together. They get a spiritual item with which they can talk to anyone. Suddenly, a blue portal pops up where we can see the old man attending Empress Luo's wedding. He says to Emperor Zheng, something huge happened. Empress Luo deceived them all. The person she married is not a piece of trash but a peerless genius. They get really surprised, thinking, what did he just say? But he doesn't stop there. He also explains that the man's name is Ningtian. He claims to be a useless handyman. I did what you asked and made Prince Lin have a duel with that loser. But who would have guessed he was not trash? He even defeated the prince with one palm. He learned the palm in one day. With one word, he broke the hearts of everyone. The ones who deem themselves as geniuses. One elder says to achieve that is a legendary miracle. Another one says to his leader that they have to do something. This man must be taken seriously. The alliance leader break the blue crystal, saying they must find out details about Ningtian. The heavenly demonic sect must be eradicated, or they will be in big trouble. In the evening, in the Empress's bedroom, Ningtian, after completing the wedding ceremony, is thinking. Everyone in the hall reacted to the godly physique, but it didn't work on Empress Luo. He became her husband out of nowhere. If the system didn't come around, he doesn't know how miserable that would have been. Who knows how much she will visit him in the future. If he wants to gain a foothold in this world, he has to use his power. So Ningtian asks the system to activate charming physique, thinking, while no one else is around, let me try to shock you again. Let's see if it's the same as during the day. So he gets close to the Empress and activates his charming physique, saying, a moment of a single spring night is worth 1,000 pieces of gold, and asks the Empress if they should do what they need to do. But this doesn't work on Empress. She says she knows of Ningtian's special physique. He can do this with some little girls, but he can't handle her. Ningtian, who knows this is not going to work on her, says, as expected of the Empress, her heart has reached an indestructible level. Suddenly, Empress Luo comes to Ningtian, removes his clothes, and says to him, you want to do it, but don't dare to. Ningtian, after getting humiliated, says to her, who doesn't dare? Empress Luo replies that who else is here but him. Ningtian, after hearing Empress's words, says to her, for the sake of my dignity, I will prove myself right now. But suddenly he can't move. He asks Empress Luo, what did you do to me? Empress Luo replies that she did nothing. She just suppressed Ningtian with a little bit of aura and asks him to sleep standing up tonight. Ningtian, who is really angry, asks Empress Luo to let him go. They shouldn't compete like this. Let's fight on the bed with real swords and guns. But Empress Luo is already in deep sleep, and Ningtian realizes it seems like she is not planning to let him go today. There's no way, the gap between us is too big. So he thought, let's just practice. Because sooner or later, he will let her know that the world is big, the earth is big, but her husband is the biggest. So he starts cultivating.